Hello, Aquariuses. So we are going to be doing your reading today. I was only going to do my Aries placements, but I decided, people really liked the Aries reading. So I'm going to do one for Aquariuses because Pluto just went into your sign, and I feel like you guys need a little bit of a little treat because Pluto is about to rock your sign, okay? And not even to fearmonger because anytime you say anything about astrology, especially when it's a planet that is so intense like Pluto, people just always think you're focusing on the negative. And it's like, no, it's called being realistic. But I don't just focus on the negative. I also like to point out the positives. And actually, I got a message from somebody yesterday when they listened to the Aries reading, and they said they really like my neutrality. And that is one of my favorite compliments to get because I'm a very neutral person. I do not pick sides, and I'm only loyal to the truth and facts. That's it. I'm not ever going to be biased, especially when it comes to something like astrology or psychic downloads. That is like aside from the spiritual mission and the morality of it all, this is my reputation. I will never lie or boost anything for the purpose of like, what do I get out of that? And I know people do that, so like I get why, but no, not over here, okay? So we are going to look at everything going on because Pluto and Aquarius is not just going to be a bad thing, but I'm making a separate Pluto and Aquarius video. This is just for Aquarius placements, right? So this video is for my Aquarius placements. It was made for it to be the most accurate for Aquarius ascendants, but Aquarius suns and Aquarius moons can also listen and resonate to this as well, especially tropical placements. Sidereal Aquariuses, you guys can listen to the spiritual portion of the reading, so I'm going to link the timestamp below so you can listen to that part. But when it gets to the astrology part, that's going to be for tropical astrological Aquarius placements. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then again, remember, I made it to be the most accurate for Aquarius risings. However, Aquarius suns can find that this will resonate. And Aquarius moons can also find that this will resonate, but you guys might find that this resonates more internally. So the things that I'm saying, it might not actually happen as like external events, but you might find that it resonates internally. So, Aquariuses, here is the spiritual guidance and information for your Aries season. Aquarius, a piece of information or a message can be coming in and making itself known during this season. Something you weren't aware of that will provide answers on why something has been stagnant or why something has been blocked. For some, this information will be revealed around the Libra full moon. For others, this could have something to do with legal matters or will come through as a letter in the mail. This could have something to do with the past. Issues from the past will finally come to a close, or you will finally get your answers. The truth might be something you don't want to hear, or that might make you have to move slower or push some things back. Someone from your past may be returning to say something or to express something they didn't before. You could also be hearing about someone from your past from a friend or a friend of a friend. Whatever it is, it may test your spiritual strength or test your progress. Have you really moved on? Are you really ready to let something go? If you have been wanting to pursue a certain career and it hasn't been manifesting the way you want, it's because it wasn't your time or that career was out of alignment. Try to tweak something to your method. If you see a shift in results, that may be a better path. Be mindful of people making false promises. Don't rely too much on others. If you are feeling randomly fearful or anxious, it's more than likely because of the energy of people around you. So that was the spiritual guidance and forecast. So that was for all Aquarius placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sidereal, or tropical. Okay. So the next portion is the astrological portion. Most accurate for Aquarius risings, but Aquarius suns, please listen to it. And Aquarius moons, please listen to it. You guys can still get something out of it, but only if you are tropical. So let's start. So on the 23rd of March, we start Aries season off with Pluto entering Aquarius. This is a major transformation. Again, I'm going to make a whole separate video on Pluto entering Aquarius. So please don't listen to this for Pluto and Aquarius information necessarily, but I have to include it because it's such a major shift and it's in your sign. So Pluto is the planet of transformation, of life, of death, of things falling so that they can rise again. It is the planet that brings out the shadow of something or anything that's hidden about something, it brings it to the surface. It is the planet that deals with power and control. It deals with obsession. It is the planet that, again, has to do with secrecy and anything going on in the underworld. It also has to do with our psyche. It also has to do with debts, extremes. And yeah, I pretty much covered most of Pluto. So Aquarius is the sign of society. It is a sign of advancement. It is a sign of the financial systems, social media, our connection to the outside world. So humanity, society, science, technology, community again, the future, so the advancements that come with the future. It also rules freedom, not only freedom, but rebellion to get freedom, and also the detachment that can sometimes come with freedom. It also has to do with our consciousness. So, everything that I just said about Aquarius and everything that I just said about Pluto, put them together. So, the shadow side of Aquarius, transformation of Aquarius energy, the rise and fall of Aquarius energy, power going into Aquarius energy, obsession with Aquarius energy. All of that is what we're going to be experiencing in Pluto and Aquarius. And it went into Aquarius March 23rd, and it's going to stay there until June. And then in June, it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn. Then it's going to go back into Aquarius January 2024. And it's going to stay there for the most part, but it is going to go back to Capricorn for like a degree, I think. I think sometime in May of next year. And then it'll officially stay in Aquarius for 20 years. So this is a transit. Like, this is a life-changing generational transit. The last time we had Pluto in Aquarius, so many things happened, including the French Revolution. So it is a time of like just monumental changes happening within a society, and more than likely coming in the form of some sort of rebellion. So my Aquarius says this is going to be happening in your first house. So everything that I just said is going to be impacting the way that you approach the world, the way that you appear in the world, the way that you carry yourself, and the way that people view you. So you might find that during this time, you're going to have a major transformation when it comes to your appearance. You're just going to be looking completely different in some way. And again, this is a 20-year transit, so you can make this change like anywhere in this 20 years. But there's going to be a huge change to your appearance. Maybe you're going to, I don't know, get surgery, or maybe you're going to do a hair color you haven't done in a while, or maybe you're just going to change the way that you look, change the way that you dress, change your whole vibe, because the ascendant is also about the way that you carry yourself and then the way that people receive that energy that you're giving off. So the way that you carry yourself is going to change, but not just in a little bit of a way, in an extreme way. Pluto is about the extremes. So whatever change this is going to be so extreme that it's going to be felt. So the way that you carry yourself, the way that you appear to others, your appearance, or just the energy that you give off, the way that you approach the world is going to have a complete and drastic change, a complete 180, something that maybe you've never seen before, or something that other people have never seen before from you. So people are going to view you in an extreme way, whether this is for better or for worse. People might see you as somebody who's very powerful, very impactful, somebody with authority, Or some people might see you as somebody who's very dark, or somebody who is very, scary, or somebody who is very intimidating. People might demonize you. People might have a lot to say about the way that you're coming off. People might even be Okay. All right. Thanks. Okay. People might even be obsessed with you or the way that you come off. All of the transformations that you're going to go through during this period is going to show on your appearance or the way that you interact with the world in some way. So maybe during one era in the 20 years, you have red hair because you're feeling X. But then in another era in this 20 years, you might go to blonde hair because you're feeling like Y. And then maybe in one era, you're going to get hella tattoos. And then another era, you're going to dress very conservatively. Like, it's just going to, whatever you're going through or whatever energy that you feel at that time is going to be shown on your appearance. And people are going to be able to know, like, what stage of your life you're in based off of how you dress or how you appear. You're going to go through some major transformations, some major highs and lows that are going to completely and drastically shift the way that you approach the world, the way that you see the world. Like, if you think you know the world now and your place in the world and just like how you feel about the world, no, you're not even close to it, like, at all. There are going to be some things that happen in society that are going to completely change the way that you feel. So, any philosophical beliefs, any religious beliefs, spiritual beliefs, any social justice or humanitarian beliefs or causes that you believe in are going to change because the way that the world is changing. So the way that you are viewing the world and the way that you are approaching the world is thus changing as well. So you're changing, like, you're just changing. Okay. So yeah, who you are now, you're not going to be by the end of this. I'm telling you right now. And you might think, oh no, the things that I'm into right now, trust me, I'm going to stick to it. No, like, believe me when I say this is going to completely change you, okay? So, and it's a 20-year transit, so it might not happen tomorrow. It might not even happen in 5 years. You might gotta give it 10, even 17 years. You know what I mean? So just wait. It's gonna be big. So on the 24th of March, that Friday, so today technically, Moon in Taurus in your fourth house is going to be conjuncting Uranus in Taurus in your fourth house. So there could be some sudden things that are happening, some surprising things. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but maybe something unexpected is happening for the next few days, or within the next few days, that are going to have to do with your home, your family, or in some way is going to impact your emotions for better or for worse. You're being advised to approach this in a very practical way, a very slow and steady way, or just really sit on whatever this is. Don't move too quickly because, whatever this is that might happen might throw you off or even just might make you annoyed. So don't react too quickly because of any emotional shifts that you can be going through because of this. Really take whatever this is slow and look at it from a practical and level headed approach. Then on the 25th of March, so Saturday, Mars is going to enter Cancer. So Mars is leaving Gemini after 7 long months and is now entering Cancer. So Mars and Gemini was us putting a lot of actions behind our words and ideas, a lot of energy behind our words and ideas to the point where it was causing us to have constant debates with other people about what we believe, what we feel. A lot of combative energy was being channeled through our ways of communication. So with Mars moving into Cancer, we're not going to be so vocal about our aggression or our passion or our intensity. This is more going to be a passive aggressive kind of energy, emotionally motivated actions happening at this moment, or our emotions are going to influence the things that we do at this moment. This is a time where we're going to want to retreat. This is happening in your sixth house, so your house of work, your house of service, your house of self improvement, of your health, of your diet, of your daily routines. So you might find that this is going to impact your day to day. This might impact your relationship with coworkers. This might impact, you know, the energy of the workplace. This might impact the way that you approach your diet or self-improvement or your routines. So there could be some tension or some hostility or some aggression when it comes to your workplace, when it comes to your general mood that you're going to be in from the day to day. You might also find that because Mars is also a planet that activates, so you might find that something within your sixth house is being activated. So something could be going on with your health, maybe some inflammation or things like that. Something could be going on with your workplace. So maybe you're going to be motivated at this time to, I don't know, change a job or to go a little harder in your job, even though Mars in Cancer is not really that. Mars in Cancer is not really a motivated placement, I will say that. It's more of a sit back, sleep, rest, and kind of be lazy. So I'm not going to necessarily say that it's going to be channeled in that way, but you just might find that your desire to kind of stay home and not really do anything might conflict with your job because you don't want to be there. So it might cause you to be more annoyed at your job and have some issues with your coworkers and things like that. Again, some activation happening within your health. You might find that it's really good to work out right now, especially to help with your emotions. You might find that you're going to be a little bit more emotionally sensitive, especially when it comes to your mental health. And this is going to be lasting for about a month or so. So, yeah, definitely look out for that. Then on the 26th of March, Moon in Gemini is going to be sextiling the Sun in Aries. So, the Moon in Gemini in your fifth house is going to be sextiling the Sun in Aries in your third house. So, sextiles have to do with opportunities. So you're going to find during this day that you're going to have a lot of different creative ideas just buzzing around within your mind, and these creative ideas that you're having is going to benefit your consciousness in, a certain way, whichever way that it so happens to benefit you, because our third house is our conscious mind while the 12th house is the subconscious mind. So our conscious mind is basically what we are directly in control of, or what we are placing our mind on in a given moment. So this is just a good mental day. Like, your thoughts should be pretty productive, pretty creative. And with that Aries energy, any creative thoughts that you're having should definitely be looked into turning into projects. And also with this, with the sun spending its time in your Aries third house for all of Aries season, you are going to be putting more energy and your focus into your conscious mind, your ideas, your day-to-day habits, the community around you, which is your everyday surroundings or the community that you live in, right? Knowledge, communication, conversing with others, or social media. So on this day of the 26th, with that energy sextiling the moon in Gemini, this is going to be a time where that shift of focus you had, where you're like focusing on like your everyday routine, on having good habits, having good thoughts, maybe saying some affirmations, it's going to be able to benefit any creative ideas that you have on this day. So you might notice that maybe before, when you didn't have the most productive habits, you weren't so motivated to go after certain things on a creative level, or you were dealing with writer's block. But on this day, you're going to notice, because of some good habits that you've been doing, you are going to be able to push past any prior writer's block or mental blockages that you've been dealing with, especially when it comes to your creativity, the risks that you want to take, even just like going out there and socializing with people. Maybe before you weren't really focused on socializing with people, but now, the 26th could be a good day. I think the 26th is a weekend day, if I'm not mistaken. So that might be a good day to like go out, hang out with some friends, or just like, look around your city, maybe take yourself to the museum. It could inspire you. Okay. And if you don't have any good habits that you've been working on, I really advise it so that you can be prepared for not only this energy, but just, energy in general. You want to have good habits, you want to have good thoughts, you want to be saying your affirmations. So, Aries season is going to be you focusing on those things. So, you're really going to see the benefits of it in some way on the 26th. So then on the 27th, Moon in Gemini in your fifth house is going to be squaring Neptune in Pisces. So that Moon in Gemini energy that I was talking about before, just having a lot of different ideas and wanting to explore on these ideas and just having a lot of different like creative thoughts, or very inspiring thoughts, is having some tension with Neptune in your second house of your income, the things that you value, your assets. So you might find on this day that it might be um, you might be having some mental conflicts because the things that you want to, like these thoughts that you're having that you want to act on eventually, you might be kind of thinking about some past financial irresponsible behavior you've been having that could cause you to not be able to fund certain things, or maybe there are some habits that you have that involve your finances that aren't necessarily the best or the most structured, that in some way are preventing you from being able to act out on these creative ideas, or preventing you from being able to socialize or go out and have a good time, or preventing you from being able to take risks. So this day you might find that you're just having some mental struggles or conflicts because you just feel like you have these ideas, but you can't necessarily go after these ideas because you don't have enough funding, maybe due to people not wanting to fund you, or you just not having enough capital because you, due to something irresponsible, like there's a habit here, an irresponsible habit, um, that's, or just a habit or something that you do that is disorganized, that is going to, you know, make you feel maybe not as motivated as the day prior because reality is kind of sinking in. But also, Neptune has to do with delusion. So there could also be some delusions around your finances or the things that you value that could be having you second guess some thoughts and ideas you've been having the past few days. Like maybe you're like, I can't do X, Y, and Z because of X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Like there could be some deception, some mental deception going on because of what you perceive, um, versus these ideas that have been coming in for you. So then on the 28th of the month, the moon is moving into Cancer, which is your sixth house. So it is going to be joining Mars, which is in your sixth house currently. So your emotions right now might be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more intense. You might be a little angry this day, a little annoyed, maybe dealing with some PMS like symptoms if you deal with, your menstrual cycle and things like that. So this day, because of these heightened, angry or aggressive emotions, it might cause some conflict with some people around you. It might cause some conflict with, people that you work with. It might cause some conflict with your mental health. Just feel a little bit more irritable. And then the day after that, that moon that's in Cancer is actually going to square Jupiter and Aries in your third house. So you might find that this is a time where this emotional, aggressive energy that you're feeling might come out in the things that you say. So you just want to really be mindful not to get into any heated debates or discussions with anybody during this time, because this might be fueled by some lower emotions that you're having. So be mindful not to take that out on other people, especially by watching the words that you say. You might also feel on this day you're kind of annoyed because maybe some ideas that you're really confident in, maybe others that you work with aren't confident in it, or don't really believe in it, or just don't want to, give it any energy for any reason. And that could also be causing, some issues with you emotionally as well. So on the 30th, Mars in Cancer and your sixth house is going to be trining Saturn in Pisces in your second house. And this is going to last for about 2 weeks. So all of that energy that I was talking about before about with Mars in Cancer and how you might be feeling, a little bit lazy, not really wanting to do any work, not really wanting to go into work. You might find that during these 2 weeks, you're going to be able to actually get some things done. You're going to be a lot more productive, and this is naturally going to benefit your finances in some way. Maybe you're going to be doing some taxes at this time, or maybe you're going to be paying off some bills, or maybe you're just doing something like some responsibility that needs to get done to establish stability within your finances. That same day, Venus and Taurus in your fourth house is going to be conjuncting Uranus in your fourth house, and this energy is going to last for about a week. So, with Venus and Taurus conjunct Uranus and Taurus, you might find that at this time, there's going to be a shift in the energy that you're not used to. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or anything major, but there is some shift in the energy that changes up, the way that the energy has been flowing recently. So you might find because it is Venus, it might not be like a very crazy, intense shift. It might be a more harmonious shift or a shift that is easier to deal with, or it's a shift that's happening that's affecting our relationships, the romance in our life, our money spending habits, our self value or our values in general, our beauty, so on and so forth, especially being in the sign of Taurus, an emphasis on our connection to our finances and the things that we value. And as I said in the transit before, Mars is going to be trining Saturn. And I said that looks like a more beneficial, transit where you're going to be able to actually focus. So maybe the shift in the home is that you get some more peace and quiet. That's going to positively affect your day to day routine. That's going to allow you to get some things done. So maybe if you live with people, your roommate's going to be gone, or the house is just going to be a little bit more calm, or if there was tension in the home, maybe this week things die down so you have some, energy to focus on the things that you need to. This could also be a time where you have a slight shift in your values in terms of your family or your home. And Taurus also has to do with like structures, which includes buildings and real estate and homes. So maybe this could literally be something going on with your home that's going to maybe improve its value in some way, whether it's its financial value. Maybe you're trying to sell your home and you find out that, I don't know, there's a boost in your financial value. I don't know. Or, just something makes your home a little bit more homey or a little bit more beautiful or aesthetic-y. Maybe you're just buying something for your home that just makes the energy feel better and you can get more done. Then on the 31st of the month, Moon in Leo in your seventh house is trining Sun in Aries in your third house. So Moon in Leo tends to be, I don't know, in my opinion, a pretty cool moon transit. Like, I feel like it's a time of like socializing, going out, having fun, or just being creative, being, tapped into the joys of your inner child. It's normally, in my opinion, a pretty cool time. So that being in your seventh house, there could be going something going on with maybe like your romantic partner if you're in a relationship where you guys are just having a good day. You guys decide to go on a date. And with that trining sun in your Aries, maybe you guys are having good conversations, especially if conversations have been tense, whether it's with a romantic partner or just another person that you have a connection with. Um, you know, Conversations can be a little bit more harmonious, a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more fun, or maybe a partner gives you some clarity that allows, any mental chaos or any overthinking to cease, or maybe you just get some sort of truth on this day, whether from another person or something legal wise or whatever the case may be. There's some truth that you get, or some information that you get, or some clarity that you get that just brings some peace to the mind. So, on the 3rd of the month, because now we're jumping into April, Mercury is entering Taurus. So, Mercury entering Taurus, when it comes to just our mindset and things like that. We're starting to slow down when it comes to our mindset and our thinking and the way that we communicate and our ideas is not as hectic and crazy as it was with Mercury and Aries. We're slowing down, only focusing on the things that we put value in, taking our time when it comes to communicating, taking our time when it comes to acting on our ideas. We are, again, thinking about things that we value more, focusing on our priorities, becoming way more practical during this time. And this is happening in your fourth house. So, the house of home, family, and emotions. So, you're going to find that if you've been having a chaotic mind, or a lot of chaotic thoughts, or a lot of tension, especially when it comes to communication regarding people that you live with or your family, that's going to start to slow down. You guys are going to focus on what matters and not necessarily just being easily pissed off by one another. This could also be a time where you're going to decide to plan out some investments when it comes to your home or when it comes to relocating or moving in the future, because Taurus is that slow and steady setting investments to have profits later kind of energy. So you might find that when it comes to your home, that's the mindset that you're taking. So that energy is going to last a few weeks. On that same day, though, Mercury and Taurus in your fourth house is going to be squaring Pluto and Aquarius in your first house. So this is some tension with all of that energy I just said with your fourth house, squaring, you know, the way that you come off, your approach to life, the way that you carry yourself. There could be some sort of conflict there. So, with Pluto and Aquarius, again, like I said in the beginning of the reading, this is a very intense, intimidating kind of energy. People are perceiving you in this way, whether it's justified or not. And this is causing some tension with communication or your ideas in Taurus in your fourth house. So, maybe when it comes to family on this day, because this is the 3rd of April. It's not going to last as long as Mercury being in Taurus, but you might find that at the beginning of Mercury moving into Taurus in your fourth house, that there could be some tension because, with your family or the people that you live with, they just feel like you're coming off in an intimidating way. They feel like that you're not budging on something or you're just being very intense. They feel like you're being stubborn, especially if this is any talks around future plans or future investments for the home, for the family, whatever the case may be. So you might want to try to just be as harmonious and cooperative as possible so that no one can say that you're being aggressive and intimidating. Then on the 5th of April, Mercury in Taurus in your fourth house is going to be sextiling Saturn and Pisces in your second house. So this brings opportunity. So this is your home, your family, and your emotions mixing well with your income, the things that you value, your finances, your assets. So you might find that this is a good time to make some long-term plans in reference to these things. It's going to bring profit in the future. This is a good time to be as disciplined as possible, to make restrictions where you need to. So maybe creating a budget is going to be really good right now to help with these goals in the long-term future. But yeah, being as disciplined, as organized, as consistent, and as practical as possible is going to be the right mindset to have when approaching these plans or investments. So, on the 6th of the month, the full moon is happening in Libra. I'm going to make a whole separate video on the full moon in Libra on a separate occasion, but this is happening in your ninth house of expansion, of your belief systems, of abundance, of traveling. So the full moon in Libra is going to be a time where we are coming to conclusions that are going to allow us to realize what it's going to take maybe to come to a conclusion with somebody else or to cooperate with somebody else, or we're finally getting some information that has to do with the relationship, or getting some information that has to do with the legal matter, or getting some information on how to just maintain peace and balance in our life. This is also a time where truths are going to be revealed for the purpose of justice or balance, harmony, and cooperation in the future. And the depositor of this energy is Venus, which is in your fourth house currently. So this could be something to do with your home. Maybe you are receiving information, you're getting the green light to expand when it comes to your home, or you're getting some information around your family, maybe something to do with your ancestors or some truths around your ancestors. If there's any family legal battles going on, there could be some conclusions happening with that, some truths coming out about that, some information surrounding that. You could be finalizing travel plans with a partner, or finally taking a trip with a partner. You could be getting some truths about a partner at this time that is going to allow you to expand in some way. You also could be getting some information that is going to impact your belief system or your viewpoints in the future. So on the 8th of the month, Mercury in Taurus, which is, practical conversations, important conversations, or practical ideas, important ideas in your fourth house, is sextiling Mars and Cancer in your sixth house. So this is opportunity. Sextile means opportunity. Mars and Cancer, this is the energy surrounding your day-to-day routine, your job, self-improvement, your health, so on and so forth. So you might be finding that, you know, some ideas that you're having right now, you're actually implementing them into your day-to-day routine, or you're actually putting in the work to carry out these plans because it's something important, it's something that has to be done, or it's something that's going to bring value in or income in some way. This could also be discussions that are important at this time, is motivating you to actually, improve on something, to work on something, or to just be motivated to get some things done. This could also be a good time to talk about your financial future at a job, maybe asking for a promotion or a raise, or maybe you're going to be approached about this conversation. You could also be getting some information about your health and like bills. Like maybe it's some good news because sextile is, an opportunity. So there could be maybe you want to do something with your health or your diet, something that's going to improve you in some way physically. You want to do this and you now have the funding to do this, or there's a medical bill that needs to get paid and you have found a way to pay it, or you get some information that, you know, helps you to pay whatever this is. On the 10th of the month, the moon in Sagittarius in your 11th house is trining Jupiter in Aries in your third house. So, trine just brings natural good energy. So, there's some easy flowing energy here. So, you might find with this, this is like your mindset, your thinking mixing with your belief system, that belief system that tends to keep a person faithful or afloat. So you might find that on this day you are feeling very optimistic, very faithful, very positive within your thinking. You could find at this time that being very confident with your ideas, especially when it comes to communicating your ideas to somebody else, this confidence that's naturally going to be flowing or emanating from your aura might actually, bring some opportunity through a networking connection that you have with somebody. So maybe you are like excitingly talking about an idea, or you're just being really positive this day, very confident, and that confidence is going to attract in an opportunity through like a friend or a social network, social media, maybe you're at a social event, or just some sort of networking connection that's going to bring abundance in some way or expansion in some way. This could also just be a good day where, you are doing a travel with, you know, a group of friends, you're going out with a group of friends, you guys are having great talks, and it just restores your faith in things. Maybe you just weren't really feeling the best, and so having this trip with your friends or this outing with your friends is just going to restore faith in something. Then Venus is going to be moving into Gemini, into your fifth house. So you're going to find that during this time, you are just going to have this, this thrill or this need to just socialize, to go out there, to have conversations with people. You just want to be stimulated on a mental level when it comes to the people that you're dating casually, or when it comes to the people that you're hanging out with, when it comes to the social events that you're attending, when it comes to the parties that you're going to. You just want to have good conversation, good vibes, and you want to be stimulated by the people around you. You might be feeling very flirty at this time. You might be going on a little bit more dates at this time. Or when it comes to like the outfits that you're wearing or the looks that you're doing, they're going to be a little bit more experimental, a little bit more exciting, a little bit more expressive, especially because Venus and Gemini in your fifth house is going to be trining Pluto and Aquarius in your first house for about a week from the 10th. So you're going to find that during that week that, like I said, Pluto and Aquarius, that's your first house. It's the way that you express yourself, the way that you approach the world, your appearance. So that is going to be mixing well with this Venus and Gemini, exciting, stimulating, mentally expressive energy. So you're going to be expressing yourself through your looks, through your appearance, through the way you carry yourself, through the way that you come off. And this might be attracting, some good conversations, or you're going to be making some new friends because of this, or you're going to be, attracting some suitors because of the way that you're expressing yourself when it comes to your appearance. Then on the 12th of April, the moon in Capricorn in your 12th house is going to be trining Uranus and Taurus in your 4th house. So you might be finding that you're taking a new approach when it comes to some inner work, some emotional work, and this is going to positively affect your healing, your inner child work, shadow work. You might even find that this new approach is going to really benefit the relationships that you have with family members or people that you live with, or just people that you have an emotional connection to. You also might find that a shift in the energy within your home or within your emotions is going to positively affect your mental health, which will then allow you to be more practical, disciplined, allow you to get a little bit more things done in the material realm. So on the 14th of the month, Venus and Gemini in your fifth house is going to be squaring Saturn and Pisces in your second house, and it's going to last for about a week. So you might find that that energy that you have where you're socializing and you're going out and you're buying new clothes to express yourself and you're flirting, you might find that this is having some tension with your finances. So maybe you're just spending a little too much money on going out, or you're spending a little bit too much money on your appearance, or you're spending a little bit too much money in some way. So you're being asked to kind of just like tone it down. Um, Spend wisely, focus on your responsibilities first, make sure you're not neglecting any responsibilities just to feel something. Because I feel like a lot of you guys want to feel something. You want to feel some refreshing or stimulating energy as an escape, which is fine, but you also want to make sure it's not causing you to, neglect any important responsibilities, especially when it comes to your income. Then on the 18th of the month, Moon in Aries in your third house is squaring Mars in Cancer in your sixth house. So this is kind of returning that energy that we were talking about in the beginning of the reading, where I was saying you have to be mindful of taking out any emotionally aggressive energy out on the people around you, especially when it comes to like coworkers or people that are in your day-to-day environment. This is the same kind of energy that's coming in. It's a combative energy. You might find that, you just have to watch your words and the things that you are saying. Choose your battles wisely because they might have a negative impact on your job, your relationship to your coworkers, your health, your mental health, especially. So just be mindful. You also might find that you're frustrated because you can't execute some ideas that you're having. Things just aren't going the way that you planned them out to be going. So, again, it's just a frustrating day. So, just be mindful to keep that energy to yourself. Don't project it outwards. Then we end the month off, or the Aries season off, I should say, with the bang. We have the solar eclipse in Aries, the solar eclipse new moon in Aries. This is our second new moon in Aries in a row. The first one we had was March 21st. We're having another one April 19th slash the 20th. So I'm going to make a whole video on that because it's a solar eclipse. So anything that is happening on that day is going to be affecting us or impacting us for the next 6 months. It is big energy. So this is happening in your third house of expression, communication, ideas, day-to-day habits, your community, your everyday environments. So there is going to be some new beginnings and some activations around those areas of your life that's going to impact you for the next 6 months. So pay attention. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys for this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. Let me know how it resonates. Let me know how you guys like this reading. Check out the description box for any important information. Get the Einstein tablets for the Aries season to also know how to survive this Aries season in more depth. I am doing in-person readings in LA in May. No, in LA in April, in Detroit in May. So if you are interested, please email me, contact the doctor. Oh my God, I cannot speak. This just took a lot out of me. Okay. Contact at drindyeinstein.com. Okay. Cool. So I will see you guys later. I'm going to probably nap or something because, yeah. Okay. Bye.